NASA's Ingenuity Mars helicopter has gone viral after snapping photos on the red planet of what looked like a flying saucer. The photographs captured by NASA's Ingenuity helicopter on the surface of Mars have left space enthusiasts boggled. The recent pictures shared by Perseverance rover's robotic camera showed dismantled parts of a flying saucer, or what is commonly known as the Unidentified Flying Object (UFO). The images of the pieces of the space object scattered on the surface of the red planet instantly went viral, leaving netizens to speculate. The interplanetary photo op was conducted earlier this month by the copter, NASA reported. It had been dispatched by the space agency to survey debris from the Perseverance rover's historic landing on February 18, 2021. The 10 pics show a UFO-esque conical back shell that protected the rover in deep space and during its fiery descent toward the Martian surface. Also visible is the resultant debris field and aeroshells of the 70.5-foot wide parachute, the biggest ever deployed on Mars. It exudes otherworldly, doesn't it? Dr. Ian Clark from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory told the New York Times of the Martian-evoking discovery. The set of eerie images really looked like extraterrestrial debris. The debris, however, did belong to NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and was part of the Mars mission of 2020. The mission included the conveyance of Mars rover, Perseverance, and copter Ingenuity. The two landed on the surface of the red planet on February 18th last year. The disc-like structure, which resembled a UFO, is actually the debris of the parachute and the back shell that assisted Perseverance and Ingenuity for a safe landing. The images captured by Ingenuity provided insights to NASA scientists on the extent and effects of impact during the landing. These insights will prove to be crucial to the preparation for future landings on Mars. Ingenuity's images offer a different vantage point. If they either reinforce that our systems worked as we think they worked, or provide even a data set of engineering information for Mars sample return planning, it will be amazing. And if not, the pictures are still phenomenal and inspiring. The photos of the wreckage show that the protective coating of the back shell was still intact after impacting the Martian surface at a speed of 126 kilometers per hour. The canopy of the parachute also shows no sign of damage from the supersonic airflow during inflation. The statement by NASA also revealed that the 80 high-strength suspension lines that connected the parachute and the back shell also appear to be intact. The Ingenuity rover that captured the images has since being on the planet spent 49 minutes of flying time and has covered a total distance of 6.2 kilometers. A total of 26 takeoffs have been done by Ingenuity. NASA noted that both pieces of equipment were used in the reconnaissance mission were intact, which was remarkable given the fast-paced and stressful nature of entry, descent, and landing on Mars, according to the space agency's report, which added that landing vehicles must endure the gravitational forces, high temperatures, and other extremes that come with entering Mars's atmosphere at nearly 12,500 miles per hour. However, several weeks of analysis are still needed before the team can reach a conclusive verdict on the wreckage. The reconnaissance mission also proved difficult for Ingenuity, which had to conduct multiple trips and execute several tricky maneuvers. However, these images weren't the first snapped of the rover's equipment. Perseverance had the best documented Mars landing in history, with cameras showing everything from parachute inflation to touchdown. They had also recorded images of debris from the parachute and the back shell earlier. However, Ingenuity snaps do offer a different vantage point, which the team hopes can help ensure safer landings for future spacecraft. However, NASA quickly revealed that the broken UFO-ish object is actually the broken landing gears from last year's mission to Mars. The pictures accessed and verified by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, said that the NASA's Ingenuity Mars helicopter recently surveyed both the parachute that helped the agency's Perseverance rover land on Mars and the cone-shaped back shell that protected the rover in deep space and during its fiery descent toward the Martian surface on February 18, 2021. The images also showed the debris-covered aeroshell and its 70.5-foot wide parachute, the biggest ever deployed on the red planet. What is surprising about the landing gear is that despite the fast-paced and stressful entry, descent, and landing on Mars, the equipment was completely turned into rubble. Also, the vehicle endured the gravitational forces, high temperatures, and other extremes that come with entering Mars's atmosphere at nearly 12,500 miles per hour, or 20,000 kilometers per hour. The parachute and back shell were previously imaged from a distance by the Perseverance rover, NASA JPL said in a blog post. Meanwhile, there were some astounding speculations made by netizens about what they believed the images were. Some people thought it was human trash deposited on other planets. Bad enough we destroy our own planet, who is the volunteer highway patrol that's going to clean up Mars now, one wrote. Let's not make Mars another litter-filled planet, wrote another. However, New York Times took the onus of rectifying the notion by saying these are not just space waste. The pictures are part of the 10 snaps that NASA's Ingenuity snapped during its 26th flight. The object resembles a flying saucer that crashed on Mars, and indeed it is, but it doesn't belong to aliens. Instead, the wreckage is the work of NASA, a component called a backshell that detached during the landing of the Perseverance rover on the surface of the red planet in February 2021. After spending a year exploring the rocks of the crater it landed in, the Perseverance rover passed near its landing site on its way to the river delta that once flowed along the western rim of the crater. The rover's small robotic companion, the helicopter Ingenuity, continues to tag along. During its 26th flight last week, Ingenuity took 10 pictures during its 159 seconds in the air, covering 1,181 feet. Those show the backshell, or the top half of the landing capsule that protected Perseverance and Ingenuity as they plunged through the Martian atmosphere. Still attached is the 70-foot wide parachute that slowed the vehicle's descent. The parachute and backshell detached from the rover at an altitude of 1.3 miles. A rocket-powered system called Sky Crane took Perseverance the rest of the way to the surface, while the backshell and parachute landed more than a mile away to the northwest. The backshell, nearly 15 feet in diameter, hit the ground at about 78 miles per hour, partially shattering. Otherwise, everything looks to be in good shape, no obvious signs of charring. The parachute appears to be intact, as do the suspension lines connecting the parachute to the backshell. But engineers have just started scrutinizing the new images in detail. Studying the remains of the backshell could prove helpful for NASA's next big Mars adventure, bringing back rocks and soil from Mars to Earth for more detailed study. That mission, called Mars Sample Return, will need to put 2 landers on the surface, a rover to collect rock samples being drilled by Perseverance, and a small rocket to launch the samples into orbit for another spacecraft to pick up to bring back to Earth. Remarkably, this wreckage wound up right on the contact between the 2 rock formations on the crater floor. The 2 formations, named Zeta and Maz, both consist of volcanic rocks, but they are very different in composition. Zeta is rich in olivine that settled out of thick magma, perhaps a lava lake. Maz, which is on top and thus probably younger, has a composition similar to most basaltic lava flows, full of minerals known as pyroxene and plagioclase, but with little or no olivine. A line of rocks that runs from the backshell to an area just next to the parachute is where the 2 formations meet. We want to know how these rocks may be related to each other, Farley said. The mission scientists were so intrigued by the geology that Ingenuity made another pass over the dividing line between Zeta and Maz on Sunday. Those pictures will be sent back to Earth on Thursday. Perseverance has also been busy during its drives. On April 2nd, it took a series of pictures of the small Martian moon Phobos passing in front of the Sun, a partial eclipse by the potato-like object. Detailed measurements of Phobos' orbit give hints about the interior structure of Mars. Hard luck finding the aliens this time, but the way the Perseverance rover is working along with the Ingenuity helicopter, it won't be long till we discover deep-rooted secrets about Mars. This was all about the Ingenuity rover and how it has found an object of interest resembling a UFO.